Welcome to the Four Listeners Program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. What up, everybody? I'm Spear. On the mics with me this week, we have the Z-Man. What is up, Z?
Felt him in my hips, so I dip back to my bag of trips. Then I flip for a tip, make me want to do tricks. Lick him like a lollipop should be licked. Came to my senses and I chill for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do. So, well, it's a spell. Hell, makes me want to shoot, shoot, shoot.
Okay. Yeah. All right. On the other mic is the mighty Ganthor. What's up, Ganthor?
Man, he put some effort into that.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. I mean, he got the rhythm. I give you that much there. There's Z.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get the cadence right.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. You got some
I
rhythm.
worked on my cadence.
Yeah.
I liken that to a drunk fat girl at spring break getting up on stage dancing. Not saying she did a good job, but she went for it.
She made it her own. She did it. She worked it out.
You worked it out, dog.
All right.
You made it your own. Good job by you. We're back after a week-long hiatus, and let me tell you something. The reason we're on the week-long hiatus is because I was in Arizona, and let me tell you something. I can do a whole show on this one. Something must be done about Arizona. I mean, it's just flat and brown and fucking hot, and it's nothing but strip malls for as far as the eye can see.
That sounds terrible. At least Nevada has Vegas.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And the next person that came up to me and said, "Yeah, but it's a dry heat," was gonna get a punch to the fucking nuts.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it does suck going out into 90% relative humidity.
Sure, but when you walk into 90-degree heat, it's fucking hot no matter what.
I know. I'm not saying it's not. Just, God,
That's
calm
all I'm
down.
saying. I get angry about these things, Ganthor. I get angry about these things. You know what else
You get angry about everything.
I do. And you know what else I get angry about? I get angry about fucking trick-or-treating. Something must be done about trick-or-treating.
What do you have against trick-or-treating?
Let me tell you what I have about. Well, let me tell you what I have against trick-or-treating. What I have against trick-or-treating is when you go out trick-or-treating and you walk up to a house and you ring the doorbell. To me, on Halloween, on that night, there's a certain expectation that if I ring your doorbell, you come to the door with fucking candy.
Wait, are there porch lights on?
Yes.
Okay.
Porch lights on in the house. I can even see movement in the windows. And if I see those signs, if I ring that doorbell, you should come and give my kid fucking candy.
What time is it?
It's early evening. It's like 4 o'clock.
6? 4? Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, 4 is too early. It's still light out, you son of a bitch.
Well, 4:30, 5 o'clock, sun's starting to go down is what I'm saying.
That's too early.
Too early.
No, that's
Dude,
right.
you
'cause
go-
you got
you-
fucking
no,
little
you-
kids.
You go trick-or-treating after dinner. Come on.
With the little kid?
Yeah.
All right, so fine. It's later. It's 5:30, whatever.
Well, now I think you're just making up this story. I don't think it really happened.
No. I'm going with your scenario. If it's after dinner and the porch light is on, and I ring the doorbell, the expectation is you give me fucking candy.
You know you can just go to a store and buy candy, right?
Yeah, but I don't go to a store to buy candy, right? This is the excuse for adults, right? Halloween is just as much, as far as I'm concerned, just as much for adults as it is for kids. Because you lose Halloween for a few years in between, right?
Yeah, I thought I was going to hot trick-or-treat forever, but I ended up doing it probably until my sophomore year of college, and then I gave up.
Yeah, and then you stop, and then you have kids, and then you go back out again. I mean, that's, for me, that's one of the reasons to have kids. Trick-or-treating and...
That is not a good reason to have kids.
Trick-or-treating and slave labor. Trick-or-treating and slave labor, Z, are the reasons to have children.
All right, I'll get you on the slave labor. I believe you on that. So, but I think everything you're talking about is totally different in a suburban setting versus a city setting.
All right, I'll grant you that. But in that kind of a setting, at least the doors are somewhat closer together. So when you don't get candy from the one door, you can just go to the next and go to the next and go to the next.
Yeah, like you can ring two or three different bells at a time.
Yeah. Especially when you're getting like the multifamily homes or whatever else, where there's a couple of apartments. Man, you hit those bells all at one time, and it's like jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're all just sitting out on the porch anyway.
Yeah, well, you like those. You like those. You like those families that they're out. Like they do up the house nice. You know, the yard is nice. They got the decorations out or whatever. They come out. They're wearing costumes. You like those houses.
Do you dress up?
I do. Yeah,
You dress up when you take your boy out?
I do. This year the whole family's going out together as pirates. My kid's going out as Captain Hook. He's got the whole outfit with like the hat with the feather and the jacket with the ruffled shirt. You know what I'm talking about?
If you would come to my house, I'd call you all gay.
Oh, it's my kid we're talking about.
No, I don't mean like what he's wearing. I'm just saying because you guys all dressed up together. Like,
What the fuck? Come on.
Yeah, he had the theme going on.
With the family that trick or treats together stays together. There, Z.
That's fine. I'd still call you gay.
That's messed up. All right, do you get dressed up there, Ganthor?
No.
Do your kids ask you to get dressed up,
Yeah.
and you don't get dressed up?
Well, my oldest daughter wanted me to. I can't think of what exactly she wanted me to be, but it was something like mummy, vampire, zombie, robot, werewolf, monster.
It's like something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But you could have
And
pieced
there's
together.
no way I could live up to that.
You could have pieced together something.
I haven't not done it yet. Dude, don't judge me.
You got a couple days to sort this one out there, Ganthor.
Fine. You know what? Fine. I'll do it. I'll get dressed up.
Do it.
Just to spite you.
You're going to do it to spite me. You're not going to do it to delight your child. You're going to do it
No,
to spite
totally
me.
to spite you.
What the fuck is the matter with you?
You knew I messed up. Don't act surprised.
I guess. Z, you don't get dressed up?
No, I still get because I go to parties.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of what you wore last year. You got dressed up.
The devil.
No, I thought it was booty shorts.
No, that's just my normal Thursday wear.
Wait, you wear that regularly?
Let's just move on.
So let's talk about your shaving cream fights. I want to hear Zeth's interpretation of this.
All right. So Z, at some point when you were a kid,
Yep.
if you went trick or treating and there was no candy, or the aforementioned scenario where they don't come to the house or they don't come to the door or what have you, there was always trick or treat. If you got the treat, it's good. What about the trick? Were you ever involved in any of the tricks that may have happened?
No.
You've never tricked anybody. Never with toilet paper or eggs or shaving cream or anything along those lines.
Not from Halloween.
That was the whole point of trick or treat.
No, the whole point of get trick or treating was get fucking much candy as I can.
I gotta agree with Z there.
I wasn't in there for the vengeance. I was in there to get candy. I want easy targets. You find the person who's giving out full-size candy bars, you come back 3-4 times.
So you were all about efficiency at that point.
I was efficiency, all over efficiency.
You're all
right?
about efficiency. Okay, fair enough. So there were kids in my neighborhood that were not necessarily about efficiency. They were maybe about a little bit of vengeance. And, maybe it wasn't always about vengeance. Maybe it was about having a good time on Halloween, right? And kind of wrecking the neighborhood in the process. So what we would do is we would get these cans of shaving cream, and there was a trick that you could do with the nozzle where you could melt it with a cigarette lighter, and then you could push a pin through it so that the shaving cream would shoot out like 30 feet
Okay.
in a stream. And then what you would do is you would get into shaving cream fights. You would just basically try to hose everybody else down with the shaving cream. And while of course you're doing this, you're missing your intended target because your target's moving, and the shaving cream's getting all over the neighborhood. So now you're basically hosing down the neighbors, you're hosing down the schoolyard. Basically, it ends up looking like the whole neighborhood looks like it got hit by like the end of Ghostbusters when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man explodes.
I am familiar with the movie.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. The whole neighborhood looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man exploded. Just kind of white shaving cream everywhere. And you know what? That was what happened on Halloween. You
See, does that sound like something appropriate for a kid?
No. To show them how to get into a jizz fight?
Yeah.
not a jizz fight. It was shaving
Dude,
cream.
that's what you're talking about.
It's not.
That sounds like something a neighbor did to you while your parents weren't around.
Yeah. Not sword fights. Shaving cream fights.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So what was your all-time favorite Halloween costume? Z-Man. What was your all-time favorite Halloween costume?
Bloopy.
You what?
Bloopy.
What? What's Bloopy?
What the fuck? What's Bloopy? The giant blue fucking teddy bear.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You don't have no idea, but Spears should know what the fuck I'm talking about. You guys used to beat me every time I wore it in the house.
Oh! Yeah. That was fucked up.
So let me explain what Bloopy is. So when I was a kid, we used to go trash hopping all the time in high school. And trash hopping is essentially just drive around on trash night. You look for cool shit that people threw away. And you find like sewing machines and record players and stereo systems and shit like that. And one time we found a 6-foot blue stuffed teddy bear. And I ended up taking it to college with me my freshman year of college. And it stunk. I mean, the thing just stunk. And I'm like, oh, wouldn't that be really cool if we took the stuffing out, washed it, and then put the stuffing back in so it didn't smell? Because we didn't know how to clean the thing. And when we did that, I was like, oh, wait, it'd be even cooler if I then like put it back on and wore it like a Halloween costume. So we ended up cutting out the bottom of the leg so I can like it was like kind of like what do you call those things? Blanket sleepers. You remember those blanket sleepers you used to have as kids?
Yeah, with the
little
footsies.
feet. Yeah. So I ended up getting inside this thing and I started wearing it. And I ended up wearing it as my Halloween costume for like 6 straight years. It was a great Halloween
Yeah,
costume.
but you look like a cracked up fucking
Child molester, right?
That's what it looked like. I mean,
Well,
there was,
it looked like a teddy bear with Down syndrome.
yeah. I mean, it was totally cracked up, dude. I mean, it was wrong on every conceivable level. I forgot entirely that the goddamn thing had a name, but yeah.
Bloopy.
Okay, Bloopy. Gantor, do you have a favorite Halloween costume?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Hogan's Heroes, and I really liked it. And I always thought it would be awesome to dress up as a Gestapo officer. But I didn't really know what the Nazis did at that age. I didn't find that out until later.
Wait, so as a kid you got dressed up as a Gestapo
No,
officer?
I didn't. I did, and I wanted to really badly.
Because I've seen pictures of kids like that dressed up as Hitler with the little Hitler stash.
Well, yeah, usually they get taken away by Child Protective Service.
Right. I mean, I think there's something to be said for making sure that your kid is not in some sort of like totally inappropriate costume. You know what I mean? Like I've seen the like the sexy costumes for kids, like
They have sexy costumes for kids?
like
what?
sexy nurse or something like that. You know what I mean?
What were they showing? Like a little titty?
But very little titty at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they have very little titties.
Well, right. But it's like, you know, there's that. I've seen kids dressed up as Hitler. There was one kid. I saw the internet's had this picture where it was a kid dressed up as Hannibal Lecter. They actually had the kid strapped to a what do you call those, hand carts?
Furniture dolly, yeah.
Yeah, furniture dolly with the fucking Hannibal Lecter mask on, in a straitjacket. I'm like, what?
Sounds awesome.
Dude, but
That's how you win Parent of the Year.
that's a hell of a good job, I guess, right? What do you think about the inappropriate type of stuff that adults might wear?
Oh, I love it. It's why Halloween is still such a great holiday.
Yeah, there was one guy that Z and I went to college with. He was in our fraternity. He got dressed up as a big giant penis. Was it a penis or was it a tampon?
That was me.
No, it was Zim. Zim got dressed up as something.
No, it was me. I took Zim's costume.
Oh, you took Zim's costume. So
Yeah.
What was it? Was it a tampon or was it a big penis?
It was a toss up between tampon, big penis, or we were going with albino Gumby.
It was just basically just
or
a big piece
or
of
Twinkie. It was a bed pad. It was like one of those
Big piece
like,
of foam.
egg crate. It was
Yeah.
egg crate foam.
Yeah.
That we wrapped around us and cut a hole out in the top. Yeah, it was a great costume. I think I actually passed out and fell asleep in that thing.
Yeah, would have been comfortable.
Yeah,
Comfortable and warm.
yeah. Yeah, no, that was a great costume.
So how about the
But wait, let's go back to talking about sexy co-eds though.
sorry, so that's when I was about to do that. So
All
the
right.
sexy costumes, the sexy nurse, sexy mechanic, I guess.
Did I ever tell you the story? I went to this Halloween party at a bar up here, and this cute girl comes in, and she had a cute friend. I don't remember what she was dressed as. One of those typical sexy something costumes. And I was like, oh, sweet. And then her friend came in behind her, and she was dressed as an astronaut. And I'm like, oh, slutty astronaut. And she storms off all pissed off at me because I called her slut. Her friend turns and says, she's not that slutty.
Nice job. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tactful. Nice job. Some things though I don't think can be sexed up. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like a sexy Super Mario.
No, you can do sexy Super Mario. I think I've seen that.
I
Like,
agree
you
with C. I think it could be done.
You
Do
could
you?
do like sexy. You could do sexy nun, dude.
How about sexy Mary Poppins?
Definitely you could do sexy Mary Poppins.
Think so?
Oh yeah.
How about sexy Ninja
I'll
Turtle?
I'll give you a spoonful of sugar.
Jesus.
Mm.
How about sexy Sesame Street characters like a sexy Big Bird?
Sexy Big Bird would be a tough one. I would give you sexy Big Bird. It would probably not work.
Yeah, I'm also looking at a picture of sexy Bert and sexy Ernie.
Never.
Never, right?
You can't be sexy with a unibrow.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you actually? These actually real pictures?
Oh yeah. This is a real thing. I'm looking at it. It's the there's a slideshow here. It's 21 questionably sexy Halloween costumes. I'll post it up on the on the Facebook page. Some of them I'm looking at and I can see it. Some of them, I see it and I don't believe it. You know what I mean?
Hold on, I want to look now.
Not one of those was any good.
The Minnie Mouse rocks. That is definitely hot.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like.
Sexy Operation Game is gay, and that's I don't.
But you
that's-
see, that one
that's
could be
dumb.
fun, right? Sexy Operation Game where you
No,
actually got
that's
to
dumb.
you get to play with it a little bit. That one can at least
No,
be.
sexy gnome is no good. That's just like beer wench with a funny hat. Sexy Tigger works. Sexy Vert and Ernie is just creepy.
Creepy, right? Okay, all right. So I'm not.
No, Big Verdon doesn't work.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Wednesday Addams works very well.
Very, very well. Yes.
Baby does not work. Tin Man works.
Sexy Tin Man.
Yeah, you can split her with the axe. Split her. What was it? What is this term? Split the gash.
Shit.
Sexy Alice, horrible. She's not even an attractive woman. There's nothing attractive about that outfit. She looks like. I don't know what she looks like. That's just a bad.
She looks like
no.
Alice, is what she looks like. It's just the
No, that's just
unsexy.
terrible.
It is the antithesis of sexy. The problem I have with this one is sexy Angry Birds.
No, sexy Angry Birds is sexy Mrs. Claus with a hat.
But fucking Angry Birds are not sexy, bro.
Sexy Doublemint Gum, the girl is extremely sexy. That outfit is terrible. Sexy Super Mario does not work.
Does not work, right?
No.
So I'm trying
is
to
that
tell
a
you.
mustache on her tits?
On her.
She's
Yeah.
got a fucking mustache on her tits.
Yeah, that's right. That's where she put it.
No.
Yeah. That's
That
not where.
doesn't-
That's not where
That
she should have put
absolutely
it.
does not work.
Well, look, if she was going to put that anywhere,
Oh, look at the quote. I didn't even see it. Is that a mustache stuck on her cleavage?
somebody fetch us a fire flower. Womp womp. What other things do we do with Halloween? Well, with trick or treating.
I try and influence my kids' choices when they go to get candy.
Ah, interesting, Ganthor.
Not in the sense that it's good for them, but in the sense that Daddy
may-
likes this or Daddy doesn't like that.
In the sense that it may not be there in the morning when you wake up.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, do you have to? Do you do a certain amount of? Because I remember when I was a kid, my parents would always go through the hall of loot to make sure that somebody didn't put a a razor blade or some shit. At least that was the excuse they always gave to go pouring through all the stuff, and then there were some things that would end up missing.
I think there's some legitimacy to that, but then the ulterior motive is take the good candy because you're not going to notice it because you're a dumb kid.
Right.
What'd your parents always snag?
It was always the Snickers bars. Always
Yeah.
the Snickers bars.
In my family, it was always the peanut butter. What do you call this? Reese's.
The Reese's
Reese's
cups.
peanut butter cup,
Reese's
yeah.
cups. Those are the ones I'll go after, right?
Yeah, those are good.
I go after Reese's cups. I used to get down on Skittles. I used to love Skittles, but in my old age now, I'm all about the Snickers bars and the Reese's cups. That's my jam. You know what I'm saying?
That's good for the diet too.
Word.
The nice thing was that my mom always liked shit with coconut in it, and I hated coconut.
Oh yeah.
So I learned quickly to make a big deal. Like, no, don't take my
Almond Joy. Yeah. Don't take my.
I'll be like,
Mounds.
sorry.
I actually really like those now.
So what do we learn? What do we learn about trick or treating? What do we learn about Halloween? What do we learn, Z-Man?
We learned that your mom's favorite movie is Zombieland.
No. How is my mom's favorite movie Zombieland?
Rule 2.
Oh man. Double tap.
The best part's when you tell the punchline.
hate you so much. Ganthor, what did you learn?
Probably not a good idea to dress up as a Nazi.
Probably not
Or
good.
have your child dress up as a Nazi.
Yeah. I learned that a sexy Angry Bird costume is not sexy. And sexy Bert and Ernie, not sexy.
Never sexy.
Never sexy. So if you love trick-or-treating or you want to tell us what costumes you think are sexy, why don't you go ahead and post them on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. Check us out on the iTunes or on Stitcher Radio. Search for 4 Listeners and we'll pop right on up. We're coming up on show 100, so we're going to get something going for that one there, right, Z?
We are going to we rejiggered the math to make it 100 later.
Right. Yes. Pay no attention to the fact that this might say show 100. It's not actually.
It's not the official 100th.
Not the
episode.
official 100. Our first 2 shows were test shows, so we're not counting those. So we're gonna get something going for the 100th show. It's coming up. So stay tuned. We'll probably post something up on the Facebook page for what we'll do for that. We'll try to get some listener participation. So we thank you for checking us out this week, and we hope you will check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell. Hell makes me wanna shoot.